Your engine is eating its own waste and the factory forces it down its throat. I'm not talking about exhaust gas for circulation, I'm talking about a system you don't think about until it thinks about your wallet. Positive crankcase ventilation, or PCV for short. It was deadly before direct injection, and now it's worse. It's a toxic vapor you can't stop, you can only catch. People screw this up all the time, even though it's pretty simple to understand. Piston rings aren't perfect seals, so air and fuel leak past them as blow by and pressurize the crankcase above atmospheric pressure, positive pressure if you gauge it. That pressure vents up into the valve cover through the same internal drainback passages oil uses to return to the oil pan because they aren't pressurized oil galleries. That's literally why it's called positive crankcase ventilation, and it would be perfectly healthy if it was just clean vapor. But that crankcase gas drags microscopic oil droplets with it, so when your engine routes it back in through the PCV tube, it doesn't just burn off, it coats everything. This doesn't just happen once or twice, it happens every single combustion event. Your engine is slowly poisoning itself over time, and manufacturers don't care because the damage usually shows up after the warranty ends. The good news is there are two solutions. You could vent your PCV gas to the atmosphere by simply dumping the lines to the atmosphere, or your fender and blocking off the intake manifold port so it doesn't suck in unmetered air. This largely reduces buildup, meaning you get rid of the main cause of the problem, but it comes with a trade-off. Your engine sucks on the crankcase actively through a crankcase ventilation line pre-throttle body, and that's really good for piston ring sealing, especially under load. Meaning venting to atmosphere loses that benefit and can cost performance. I know because my engine punishes mistakes. So without going full race mode with vacuum pumps, there's the second option, an oil catch can. I'm not running a catch can on the constant crankcase ventilation due to a rare constraint specific to my setup, but the PCV physics don't care about my setup. This happens on every engine. What I do run it on is the manifold vacuum PCV line, where the crankcase vapors get pulled straight into the intake manifold anytime I'm off boost and the manifold is in vacuum. I run an inline check valve so boost can't backfeed into the catch can and turn it into a boost leak. And yeah, I'm using a cheap can for convenience, so I upgraded the O-rings to make it airtight and reliable, but the concept is stupid simple. It's just baffles that strip oil droplets out of the crankcase vapor, then the cleaned air gets sent back into the engine like it's supposed to. Install is just as simple. Valve cover line goes to the catch can inlet, catch can outlet goes to the intake manifold, flow is valve covered, catch can to intake manifold because the manifold vacuum is what pulls the vapor through the system. It's not convenient, it's just correct.